Hi, greetings and welcome back. I just had a message off one of the lads who's Dave Roberts from Hereford, who he's making some vlogs, which, as I mentioned before, I firmly believe in innovations and, using the social media and in particular YouTube, to promote your fishing. Making videos of catching fish, etc. And Dave's doing a great job. Anyway, he'd been following my vlogs, and he did mention he got lost on one or two of the episodes. So what I'm going to do at the end of this one, I'm going to have a list of all the vlogs of my autobiography. So if you've missed any, you can go back to that and watch it. But I would suggest really go right back at the beginning and follow it all the way through. But as I say, I'll leave that link on the end of it now. Anyway, 1997, Valence, Hungary. It was just 6 years previously, the last time we fished in Hungary at Siege, when Doug Hornblow took over as the manager of the team. This time, we would now see the newly appointed manager, Eric Humphreys, take control of proceedings. Well, the new fishing member, Doug Hornblow, would be included in the team, of course, as I mentioned earlier. Where they come to some sort of conspiracy. And at that time, Doug also was part of the, and Eric were part of the WFCA, the Welsh Federation of Anglers, so they also had a big say on the running of that as well. So anyway, at this point, Doug was at least listening to my fishing theories. Now he's fishing on Lake Valence, which would suit, our traditional waggler methods, and possibly we could outfish the pole line. However, Eric Humphreys still insisted that the pole would be the dominant team plan. So during practice, we found that the bream and carasso carp were the target species, on a long-range sliding waggler, using sticky maggots, and also barbel as a bonus fish. Now, it was these barbel were actually stocked, in the water. They seemed to be different from back home in a sense that they would learn to become surface feeders. We observed this phenomenon on the first day we arrived. The locals were throwing in bread flake from this high bank on the water, and the barbel would surface and swim upside down, and take the floating bread. And we thought, wow, I've never seen that before. Anyway, with this in mind, we designed a plan of catching these barbel on floating baits, mainly by letting the fresh maggot bait, drink up some water, from a shallow bowl. How you do that, you fill the bowl, you put a little drop of water, make sure your lid's on it, so as they suck the water up, they float. They will actually climb up the sides, but as long as you've got a lid on the top, with a hole, the maggots will fall back down. Anyway, during our practice sessions, we did manage to hook a few of these bonus barbel, only for most of them to, come off the hook, because we obviously were using light hooks. When you're fishing up in the water, you've got to use a light hook. Anyway, it's only by using stronger tackle and bigger hooks did we manage to land these extremely hard fighting fish, in warm water. Unfortunately, we were in a quandary, as by using larger hooks and tackle, the smaller fish, mainly carassius carp and skimmer bream, would become shy, of this heavier method. Without too much influence from Eric on the first day competition, all seemed to go our way. Most of the team done reasonably well, and I finished within touching distance of the main pack of teams, including England, Italy and France. In fact, Doug Hornblow had done extremely well. He finished second in his section, which is unbelievable. Anyway, probably taking a chance of the bonus barbel, Now this actually sent shockwaves back home, because of all the skullduggery that went on, and Doug now in the team. He was frowned upon a lot of people back home, especially as he was not recognised as a top angler, and now suddenly he was in with a chance of an individual medal. You couldn't write about this stuff, could you? Anyway, the second day event went quite well, catching a mixture of methods, on various methods. However, Doug could not keep up his form, and he slumped way down the individual leader list. Most of the team had done reasonably well, including myself, and we finished 9th overall, which, with all things considered, the selection of the team, I felt it was a reasonable performance, proving that British methods and techniques still work extremely well on venues. But I've got to tell you, Alan Scotthorne, fair dues, securing his second gold medal in a row. A New England team manager, Kim Milson, was third for a bronze medal. It's funny because I got to know Kim. Kim Milson, he was a bit of a dilemma to the English squad, mainly because his match fishing results are on the Gloucester and the West Midlands. Kim reminded me a lot of Ray Mumford in a sense, being a little bit of an oddball. Fishing next to him, I remember on the time on the Welsh Raven, I noticed he was rolling the butt of his pole in his hair, in the back of his hair. And I asked him, I said, what are you doing there, Kim? He replied, he said, well, I'm oiling the joints of my pole. I've never heard of that before, making me think he was a bit of an extrovert. But it also reminds me of the time, the same year when I was a big Christmas competition. I fished on the Gloucester Canal. I drew 2 pegs away from Kim, and at the time the bloodworm was banned. And during a practice session a week earlier, I tried an experiment. I bombarded the swim with ground bait, with no feed in it, and anyway, I was catching well. So I ended up winning the match with £6 or just under £6, and I took away a big Christmas hamper, with loads of cash, and and a big trophy and a big basket hamper. Anyway. A mate of his, Phil Stone, because the way I fished, thought I used the bloodworm on the match, and it really took my glory away, and it was a long time before I actually went back to fish the Gloucester Canal after that, after being accused of using the bloodworm when I never. But it was a nice win, it was 100 odd pegger, so that was good. Yeah, another occasion when I was fishing next to Kim at Evesham on the Welsh Raven, and I mentioned it before about feathers in the cap. Well, Kim happened to beat me by a few ounces on this one method, and when I arrived back in the cafe afterwards, Kim was making it well known that he just beat me, beat a world champion. At the time I thought, oh, well, a man of his calibre, he shouldn't have to, boast about that. Nevertheless, Kim was an excellent angler, very positive, and his fishing. Although, to be honest, the other England team members found his company quite peculiar, and Kim often was accused of keeping things to himself. Soon, Kim dropped out of the English setup, after that quite quickly. In fact, I think he gave up fishing altogether, which was a shame because, Kim Milson was a very good angler. As I said, I knew him quite well, fishing the Gloucester area, in the Midland area. Yeah, and last time I heard, I did see him on television. I think he's taken up some other hobby now, but he seems to be well known in that as well. Perhaps somebody can tell me what he's up to. But anyway. Yeah, unlucky for Kim, giving up at such an early age and such a good angler. He had some great results, Anyway, after digressing, let me get back to the results of that, because Team Italy, they won the event for the second year running by a very comfortable 56.5 points. Team England, again, Dick Clegg. Was there no stopping this man? He was, he still managed to get the team into second spot, and they were 70 points, and they just beaten France into third with 72 points. But great performance by England. Not a bad result for Wales, and again, just proving that you know, if left to our own devices sometimes, using our strengths on the Waggler, you know, we can do reasonably well. Thank God Doug didn't bloody do any good, that's all I can say. But anyway, more about that on the next vlog, because you know, things in my life really start to change soon. Okay, see you on the next one.